Have you ever fought with hydraulic couplers dangling all over your loader, getting in the way every time you switch attachments? Today, I'm going to show you how I built a simple, solid bracket out of wood that solves that problem once and for all. And I did it with what I already had in the shop. Good morning, my beautiful viewers. This is James Carpenter with Country Living. Today we're making a custom bracket to hold the hydraulic couplers right on the front boom of my Kubota tractor. Alright, let's get into it. First step, we lay out our piece of hardwood. We're going to measure everything out so those couplers sit exactly where we want them. Next, I drill a 3-inch half circle into the wood. This will cradle the pipe on the boom. Then I drill 2 1-inch holes. These are for the hydraulic fittings. You want these snug, but not too tight. Now comes a very important step, test fitting. Always test your fit before you go any further. Trust me, it'll save you time and frustration. Now we need a way to lock those couplers in place. Here's where we get a little creative. I'm taking a large washer and I'm cutting a section out of it so it can slide right over the coupler. Once it's in place, it acts like a clamp and holds everything down nice and secure. Simple, effective, and it works. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you gone to hook up an attachment and found those couplers just hanging there, twisted up, getting dirty, banging into things? I got tired of it. So instead of buying something, I decided to build something. Then here's the best part. I'm building it out of hardwood. Why? Because I've got a wood shop, not a metal fabrication shop, and we're going to make this work. As the project progresses, I'm cutting a groove in the wood to align the stainless steel clamp. This groove is important. It gives that clamp a place to sit and helps prevent it from working its way off over time. Little details like this are what turn a simple project into something that actually lasts. Now we're going to take the unit out to the boom and do a test fit. This is where everything comes together. You get to see if all that measuring and drilling paid off. Does it sit right? Do the couplers line up the way you imagined? This step right here can save you from headaches later. Alright, now that we know everything fits the way it should, it's time to clean it up. Like we're sanding the bracket down, smoothing out the edges, knocking off any rough spots. Not only does this make it look better, but it also helps the paint stick properly. And let me tell you, there's something about taking a rough cut piece of wood and turning it into something clean and finished. That's where the pride comes in. Now comes the paint. You might be asking, why yellow? Well, I'll tell you why. That one's for Aaron over at Dirt Perfect. If you know, you know. But it's not just about that. Yellow shows up. It stands out. When you're working around equipment, visibility matters. You don't want to be hunting around for your setup. This makes it easy to spot and keeps everything looking sharp. And let me ask you something. How many times do we build something functional and skip the finishing step? We say, it's good enough. But when you take that extra time to paint it, to make it look right, it changes the whole feel of the project. It goes from something you made to something you're proud of. That's what this is about. Not just getting the job done, but doing it in a way that makes you smile every time you walk past it. Alright, we're coming down the home stretch on this project. In this final step, I'm drilling 2 holes into each coupler hold down. These holes will allow me to run screws through the hold downs and into the wooden bracket. Just a little added security. Because if you're anything like me, once you build something, you want it to stay put and do its job without you having to think about it again. Now it's time for the final install. We're bringing the bracket up to the boom and setting it in place to make sure everything lines up exactly the way we want it. But before we lock anything down, we've got a little prep work to do. I'm going to remove the couplers so we can install them properly through the bracket. While I've got them off, I'm taking the time to remove the old thread, sealant tape, clean up the threads really well, and apply fresh thread sealant. And let me tell you, this is one of those small steps that makes a big difference. Clean threads, proper seal. That means no leaks, no headaches, and no coming back to redo the job later. Alright, my beautiful viewers, that's all I've got for you today. If you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And I want to hear from you. Was this something you would build? Would you go wood as I did? Or would you go metal? Drop it down in the comments below. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see you in the next video. Now we slide the couplers through the bracket, reconnect them to the hoses, and start bringing everything together. Next we install the coupler hold downs. I'm using a hammer and a punch to set them firmly into place. You want these solid, something that's not going to move, vibrate loose, or give you trouble down the road. And just like that, it's done. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you dealt with those hydraulic couplers just hanging there, getting dirty, banging around, always in the way? This right here solves that problem. It's simple. It's solid. And it's built with what I had on hand. No fancy fabrication shop, no expensive parts, just a little time, a little thinking, and a willingness to build something that works. That's what I love about this kind of project. It's not just about fixing a problem, it's about creating a solution that makes your equipment better every time you use it.